Class of 2013, you were fortunate to have two wonderful co-chairs who arranged for all the activities and parties you've enjoyed this week. I couldn't count all the parties. They are Heather Correa and Rhea Racho. Heather and Rhea, please stand and be recognized. Another important responsibility of the co-chairs is that of organizing the class gift, which will be presented by Mayra Marquez. Mayra is a dual degree student in our Master of Public Affairs program and Latin American Studies. She has served as a co-chair for the Public Affairs Alliance for Communities of Color and is a founding member of the Policy Organization for Women. Mayra, please take the stage to announce this year's class gift.
Thank you, Dean Hutchings. It is my privilege to present this year's class gift. The graduating class of 2013 chose to highlight the importance of diversity in our classrooms by supporting a diversity fellowship for an incoming student. This is the second consecutive year that a graduating class has voted to support diversity. This is not a surprise. We are soon to be part of Lyndon Baines Johnson's legacy. This legacy, represented by our school, includes the Civil Rights Act, which created the changes necessary to embrace our diversity. It also includes the Immigration and Nationality Act, which enabled greater diversity and forever change our nation's demographics. President Johnson believed these changes to be necessary for the future of our country. He also recognized that challenges remained in realizing the promises of the civil rights movement. In a commencement speech to Howard University, he spoke about the significance of fighting for equality of opportunity. He clarified in his speech, "We seek not just legal equity, but human ability, not just equality as a right and a theory, but as a fact and a result." Through this fellowship, the graduating class contributes to this legacy. As we step out of the auditorium today, we will have to represent the people we serve as public servants. We can accomplish this by recognizing and engaging with those who are different from ourselves, those with different ideas, different experiences, and different skin color. The Diversity Fellowship helps foster that kind of community at the LBJ School. This gift is also a reflection of some of our best qualities. We are action-oriented. We are thinkers and we are doers. We volunteer in our community. We promote policy issues that we care about, and we support each other. I am so proud to report that 57% of the class has raised a total of $1,924, far surpassing last year's numbers. And you can continue to support this fund by following the link in your class gift email through May 31st. Thank you all for your contributions and for supporting a more diverse LBJ community.
Well, thank you, Mayra, and thank you, class of 2013. That's wonderful. It is now my pleasure to introduce this year's student commencement speaker, Kasey Klepfer. Kasey was chosen for this honor by his class because he exemplifies the spirit and public service ethos of the LBJ School. Last time we performed on a stage together, Kasey, you were playing a harmonica and I was lead vocals, but I'm very glad to step aside now. You can be front man for a change. Please come up.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the class of 2013, I would like to extend a welcome to our friends and family to the building that has been our home this past few years. There's been a lot of hard work, dedication, and long hours put in this building, but we believe that a little stress crying never hurt anybody, right? There has been an almost inappropriate amount of fun had at the school. There is no way that the Kennedy School tailgates as well as us. And they should write a case study. The class of 2013 would like to thank Dean Hutchings and Dean Stolp, the faculty and staff, for an experience that has truly changed us and made us lifelong friends. I want to talk today a little bit about our role as public servants. I heard a news radio report a couple months ago about Finland's challenges in building a nuclear waste storage bunker. Yes, I'm going to spend the commencement speak relating our time here at LBJ to nuclear waste. A bit cheeky, I know, but bear with me. This bunker has to last 100,000 years. It has to last 100,000 years, and some experts say that that is short-sighted. For a little perspective, the oldest known cave paintings by human civilizations were made a mere 40,000 years ago. This bunker has to have steel and concrete and a design that's durable. It has to last through earthquakes and floods and wars in Finland, I guess. Somebody, probably with a degree similar to ours, has to design warning systems to communicate dangers to unknown civilizations with unknown languages. So what will human civilization look like in 100,000 years? They might be completely different than ours, with completely different values and different challenges. But these humans will have our DNA. They will want to keep their loved ones safe, the same as us. And they will possess the unalienable rights of mankind, the same as we do. Our calling, our profession, is to strengthen the foundation of our global community so that it can persist and grow through the ages, so that the advances in the human experience are safe and preserved. Here at the LBJ School, we've learned the value of reason and science in confronting the great challenges that face our communities. We strive to better understand the diverse spectrum of beliefs and values and interests that spark the interests in humankind and their passions. We must, however, think more broadly about the long-term consequences that our actions will have on communities 100,000 years from now. My fellow graduates, we believe in the goodness and greatness possible in all humans. Many of us realize that we've lived charmed lives, lives with innumerable blessings, lives full of peace and prosperity and safety. I know why the future excites us, and it isn't for the thought of our future grandchildren. The future is important to us because what we see in the present, the persistence of injustice, inequity, poverty, and bigotry. We have had the opportunity to reinvent ourselves. We have the opportunity to change our circumstances from bad to good. My fellow classmates, many of us have talked about this at great lengths. I know the feeling you get in your stomach when you think about the human experience of many humans in this world, subjugated to a life with little hope for change. We live in a country in which the zip code you live in is the main predictor of whether you'll graduate high school. We live in a country that imprisons more people than Joseph Stalin did, disproportionately African American and Latino. We live in a state where over half of our prisoners have diagnosed mental illness, where twice the national average are in solitary confinement for an average stay of 3.2 years. Average. We live in a country where, in rare bipartisanship, our leaders attend an event called the National Prayer Breakfast, organized by a group who abroad, in continents like Africa, support laws that mandate the death penalty for same-sex relationships. We live in a world where humans live on $1 a day, where being born a woman often can mean a life of fear and abuse. A world that persistently believes that violence can create security and peace, despite proof from the greatest men and women of this century. We see all of this very clearly, and that clarity creates a moral responsibility that compels us to act. Anybody riled up yet? I know you are. The work of public servants is to find solutions to human problems inclusively, with those of varying perspectives and motivations. But our responsibility has to be to combat the injustice and inequity that will lead to a dark future, no matter the present politics or justification. I urge you all to reflect upon your own responsibility as public servants, because moral responsibility is not a yoke. It is not a chore to speak for those without voices, to give to a cause, to dedicate your life to equity and justice. This is our response to our world. Our response to this world we live in is our greatest freedom. Let our response be informed by our experiences of love and mindful of the evil and suffering in this world. This is the only way to lay a foundation that can truly respond to the needs of humanity 100,000 years from now. A more peaceful, equitable, and loving world is the tool that future generations will need to solve their global problems. My friends, I wish you love and prosperity. I wish for you all a strong and healthy family, joined together around the values that you most cherish. My family is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. Very lucky. Take the time to enjoy your family. Don't work so hard as to waste the love that we want for so many others. I strongly urge collaboration with your peers. Take the risk of starting your own organization knowing that you have a network of talented friends. Seriously, if anybody has any capital, we basically have a consulting firm right here that could give Deloitte a run for their copious amounts of money. I have had such wonderful memories with all of you, and I'll be here for anyone that needs my help. I love you all. Thank you so much for the honor of speaking today.
Graduates, please stand. So, in keeping with long-standing tradition, now that you have transitioned from candidate to graduate, I invite you to officially transfer your tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left side. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce to you the LBJ School of Public Affairs graduating class of 2013.